It was exciting. I got to meet the man.
What did you think? What was your impression?
My impression of Donald, of course.
This election cycle, I was doing high-level digital volunteer coordination for Bernie Sanders, running a volunteer team called Bernie Journey.
Well, I'm in for Trump all the way. I'm still going to vote for him.
My role in the campaign is to reach out to people on the left
I did work for the Donald Trump campaign.
to explain who Martin Babinec is to people on the left.
Taking the
why
opportunity to
he's
come here,
somebody
I
we
am
should vote
the
for.
field director for the Martin Babinec campaign now.
Honestly, I think it's kind of an FU to the establishment. I mean, people were drawn to Martin that were Bernie fans and Trump fans because he's anti-establishment, just like Bernie and Trump. Well, actually, we have two Bernie people on the campaign. Our field director down in Binghamton was also with Bernie. We've got Ed, who was with Trump, me, who was with Trump, but Ed is a gung-ho Trump guy.
Well, I'm in for Trump all the way. I'm still going to vote for him.
I put a lot of energy into really lifting Bernie up. A lot of us did, and I feel like we weren't dealt with on honest terms by the Democratic Party, and so to a certain extent, I guess I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder.
Look, this is a weird election year. You have people disaffected on both sides of the aisle, both Bernie people that are mad at Hillary, especially with more of these leaks come out, and then you still have Trump people that are pissed off at the Republican Party.
I am a registered Republican working for an independent campaign. I will tell you, when it comes time for me to go to the poll, I vote for whoever I think is going to do the best job. Will I be a registered Republican after this election? I'm not so sure.
I worked with Bernie Sanders, came down here to work with Kim Myers, the Democrat, realized there was a better candidate, that was Martin Babinec. As a field organizer, I grew very close to everyone in this area. I made so many relationships, and I felt that if I continued working for Kim, I would be letting all of them down, but most importantly, I'd be letting myself down.
It's about putting my thumb in the eye of the Democratic Party, I'll be honest with you. I really feel like they presented themselves one way my entire life, and I was foolish enough to believe it. I'm really angry, I can't explain it. I know a lot of people like myself.
Pretty much equally as upset with the Republican Party as I am with the Democrat Party. Just that simple.
I don't feel like the party insiders have the will to change what's wrong with the party, because they don't recognize that it's a problem. They just tell me, oh, you lost, move on. So I'm moving on. I'm working strategically. I'm looking at my congressional district, and I don't see this as a district that a Democrat can win.
Because of that dynamic of people really being upset with the choices they have, it has created an awareness that our system is broken and that it needs to change.
Working on Martin Babinec's campaign has really made me think about policies a lot more. It's made me realize that the two-party system is just a failing system that is dividing us rather than bringing us together. And I think Martin really is that bridge.
If I'm elected as an independent, as I plan to be, other people will follow me. This is what would put pressure on both parties. Because right now, what drives the election process is the corruptive influence of campaign financing.
I think that over the years I've been more or less of a one-issue voter. I vote on a candidate who seems like they're most likely to champion the cause of campaign finance and election reform, because I feel like it's at the heart of all the problems in our system of government right now, is the corruption, both the legal and the illegal corruption.
You have people who are career politicians, because we have too many of those, without term limits, and the power of incumbency, and gerrymandered district boundaries, and low voter turnout in primaries. All these things conspire to have the career politicians have to run either far left or far right to play to their base, because that's where the dollars are.
Martin, as an independent, as somebody who's self-funding his campaign, really does care about campaign finance and election reform.
This is the big thing that we have to do, is get people to realize that they don't have to be beholden to the two-party system, because there are opportunities for an independent to win, and when that starts happening in streams, the dependency on the money will actually go down. No one has been elected as an independent candidate to Congress since Bernie Sanders in 1990. There have been more than 5,000 congressional elections since then, and to have not a single one elected is a very big obstacle. And many people would say, it just can't be done. Entrepreneurs do not take "it just can't be done" as an answer.
He will be the first candidate elected as an independent since Bernie Sanders, and I think that his policies aren't just Republican or Democratic, they're common sense. He doesn't have to be painted with one color.
One of the beauties of running as a third-party candidate is not having to be beholden to the platforms and priorities of a major party. You get to invent it as you go along and really be true to yourself. And for me, that is liberating. I only have to be beholden to the voters and to my values. So there is an opportunity by working in government to bring about change in a meaningful way and affect a lot of lives. It's something I feel good about.
For me to work for somebody, I've got to believe in what I'm doing.
I really do like Martin. I mean, I think that he's a really great guy.
Martin is a doer. Martin has a proven track record.
I love how smart this man is. I love how dedicated he is to helping the people here, how genuine his family is. I've grown so close to everyone on this campaign, including his family. I mean, I have never been more taken with a candidate than I have been with Martin.
So here you are. We've got to get the guy in office that can pull from the right and the left, put them together and do what's right for upstate New York, and beyond that, do what's right for the country.
If somebody asks me how Martin wins, I think he just has to get himself out there. And the fact that he's self-funding his campaign means that probably 60% of the time that your average congressional candidate spends fundraising, Martin's spending talking to ordinary people.
I really do think that him being an independent let him be himself. So had he been running under a Democratic or Republican ballot, he would have to conform to those ideas and he would not been able to be himself.
Do you think Martin can win?
Yeah. I wouldn't be here if he couldn't win.
Do you think he will win?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, we're doing everything we can. I'm just telling you, it's not easy.
Do you think he can win?
Yeah, I think Martin can win.
Do you think he will win?
I don't know. I don't know if Martin's going to win. I hope he wins. I'm working all day, every day to make sure that happens.
Hell, the House of Representatives could come down to one seat to determine the majority. What if it's this seat? And what if Martin wins? What kind of story is that? And we have to get out the vote. We've been doing an aggressive voter ID strategy.
You know, our advisors, our campaign manager, even the pollsters and the pundits think we have a path to victory.
Right here in this district, possibly being the only independent candidate in the U.S. Congress in 26 years. We can make history, but it can only happen if we have people get out to vote. I'm Martin Babinick, and I approve this message.